guys, it's Talisha and today we have the National Capital Dressage competition. So I'm just going to do my hair as I get ready. As you can see, I'm getting ready in the float, and that's because me and my boyfriend actually camped here last night. And it was the first time sleeping in the new float, which is really, really exciting. It worked out really nicely. It was also Bambi's first ever time staying overnight at a competition. Handled it like an absolute pro. Yeah, I just seriously couldn't fault her, which is always really, really nice. I actually got a comment from someone's boyfriend this morning to my boyfriend, and they were like, oh my god, yeah, she's lovely, blah, blah, blah. They got talking. He's like, yeah, it's her first time staying overnight at the show. He's like, what, really? She's the quietest one here. He's like, yeah, she's just turned 7. What, really? God. So that's always nice that other people that are, because they also stayed overnight last night. It's nice that when people that are, you know, camping around us and have their horses in the yards near us also noticed how quiet she was. So that's really good. Anyway, today we are doing the 3A and 3C. I've never ever competed the 3C before. Which like on Jep or anything, so will be both Bambi and my first time doing the 3C, which is exciting and nerve-wracking. Hair is done. We have the 3A up first, and I am doing, which is at 10:54, and then I am the very last of the day, with my last test being at 3:45. Great, but anyway, it'll be fine. And I had a really good pre-ride on her yesterday. Sorry, it's just like a little get ready with me. All I'm gonna do is just kind of fill in my brows a little bit and put a little bit mascara on. It's really hard when I don't have a proper mirror. I had a really good pre-ride on her yesterday, which was nice, and I plaited her up yesterday, so she's all ready to go. I just need to do her full lock, but she had a bit of a fun time, oops, in the yard last night and got really dirty, so I'm gonna have to deal with that too. Come in. Here's Sam. I'm vlogging. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So it's so much easier now that there's light. I will catch up with you when I'm doing something a bit more exciting than filling in my eyebrows. Oh, have you noticed the camera's on? This is what I mean by she had a good night's. Like, I brushed a lot of it off, and I just brushed her tail and her legs where it was really filthy. But luckily she had her PEI therapy tech boots on. Bambi, this is not sharp. And she's like, what is that?
Right.
What's up, Bam? Has Sam got pretzels and he's not giving you any? Please, sir, may I have some more? Okay, so I figured I'd do a voiceover of this, well, both tests, not just this test. Here we have our first halt, lovely and square, can't complain about that at all. I felt fairly straight on this line too. I was overall just very, very, very happy with this test, I'm not gonna lie. I do discuss all my feelings about it after, obviously, as I always do, and I was very, very honest with my feelings, so stay tuned. This test was a massive win for Bambi and I within ourselves. It's the first time she's done an elementary where actually, to be honest, it's one of the first tests where she's felt just utterly and completely with me the whole time. It sounds corny, I felt like she was almost reading my mind. She just was almost like she was one step ahead of me. She was also like this in the 3C, but we'll get to that. I was just so happy with her. She, lovely and square. I could have waited a little bit more. I'm surprised this didn't score higher than it did. I got a comment saying I needed to show clearer steps. That's what the judge felt. I was really happy with it though. The walk is still our biggest struggle. However, as you can see, she's getting so much more consistent in her walk. The walk itself is phenomenal. It's just the carriage. But as you can see from what she used to be like, it's a massive, massive difference. And I was just, honestly, I was so happy with her throughout this whole test. It was by far the best test we've done. Like in the 3A, it was our best test. Arguably probably up there with one of the best tests we've ever done. Our walk to canters are still, the transitions are still something we're trying to work with the frame. Just, she's still slightly lifting her head. However, so much better from what she used to be. Look, I was just so happy with her throughout this whole test. My boyfriend is the one filming, and coming out of the test, I went down the centre line holding back tears. I was so proud of her. And then coming out and having my boyfriend tell me what people who were watching said just made me feel even better. There were some people filming, and not like they were you guys or anything, they were adults. An elderly lady was filming, and someone's father as well started filming, and Sam could hear them saying under their breath how much of a lovely test it was and what a lovely combination we both were. It honestly melted my heart, and I know within myself that this test was really, really good for us and a massive breakthrough for us both. She has never been an easy horse, especially keeping her relaxed and not letting tension get to her. But this is the first competition where I've just felt completely happy with both tests. Both tests I walked out holding back tears of happiness. It's a really amazing feeling considering this horse is a horse I produced myself, and everything's just coming along so well. I'm so proud of her, and even watching it back, obviously, as I said, the walk to canter transitions aren't what they need to be, but I'm so proud of her. She, in my eyes, performed phenomenally, and I'm just so excited to get to our next competition, because I really hope that this competition was the start of something continuously great. I hope this just wasn't a one-off competition. We're training hard at home, and everything, her walk to canters are getting so much smoother, and so are her walkthroughs, which you'll see in the next test. But I'm just eager to get out again. And by the looks of it, with the weather, it won't be until June, July when we get out next, which is a shame. But as you can see, I was very, very happy with her. Okay, so first test done and dusted. I'm just snacking. Pretty disappointed, to say the least, because I thought that was the best elementary I've ever ridden. And one of the best. She just felt so with me. The walk to canters were not perfect, but I felt the rest of the test was the best we've ever done, and we only scored a 63%, and are currently sitting in 5th place, which was a big shock to me, because I've done tests many elementaries before, well not many, but I've done elementaries before where I've thought are average, or I haven't been happy with, or there's literally been mistakes, and I've still scored 64, 65%. And I was holding back tears on my last centre line because I was so happy. I wish I didn't check the scoring as soon as I did, because it's live scoring, so as soon as I got off her I checked. So my mood went from being really, really happy and literally thinking I was about to cry of happy tears to upset and angry. But baby did amazing, and I was very happy with the test, so that's the main thing. Here we have the elementary 3C. As I mentioned before, I had never done this test ever, and neither had Bambi, where the other two elementaries I had previously done with Jep. Really nice little square halt. But yeah, so I was going into this test, all I wanted was to feel happy with it within myself and feel like we did an alright test. Like I just wanted to be happy. I didn't care about the score or the place, and after the result from the first one, I kind of wrote off scoring or placing something that I wanted to score and place, because I got 62% for the first test and I think we ended up 6th after everyone came out, and I was kind of defeated, as I've done plenty of tests before, especially literally that test, my second time I did that test with Bambi, we had a mistake and I just wasn't super happy with it, but she still came out with 65% and first place. Obviously every judge is different, but it was just like, I felt like that was the best test that we'd ever done of the 3A, and I just didn't feel like the score showed it. But that's dressage for you. It's always going to be the case. Anyway, so this, as I said, is the 3C. She, again, gave me the same feeling as she did in the 3A. It was 5 hours apart, so I was worried that she was going to be over it and tired and just kind of wanting to just go home, as she has gotten like that before at a comp, and we had a really big break. She blew up in the second test and just did not want to do it. Her heart wasn't in it. She did not want to be there. She was over it, and she's very much a horse. If she doesn't want to do something, she won't do it. And that was the case on that test. She has a habit of going backwards as soon as we go into the halt for the rein back, hence why I kind of had to be like, no. Because she just anticipates it and she doesn't like doing the break. Anyway, that rein back was alright. It wasn't as good as the first one, especially because she tried to go back sooner. Here we have the turn on the haunches. This is something we've been struggling a lot with at competitions, weirdly enough. They've been really good at home, but just haven't been able to keep the impulsion going at competitions. And I was pretty happy with them. She didn't get stuck. She didn't stop. She kept the forward motion going. Here she starts to anticipate a walk to canter, and we just have a little bit of a conversation where I'm like, no, we're walking. And she settled, which again is a massive win in itself. Bambi, when she starts to anticipate things and, think something's coming up and I tell her, hey, no, she has in the past had a bit of an explosive reaction, and that has caused her to rear previously in tests, or just out competing. That was a really nice walk to canter compared to our other ones. So as soon as I kicked her on, I said, no, we're walking. And she just immediately listened. I was like, wow, okay. Wow, that's awesome. That's not something that always happens. She's been getting so much better with it just because she I think it's a mare type thing where they anticipate and then it's like, no, we're not doing that. And she's like, they just kind of go like, what do you mean? What do you mean we're not doing that? That's what I think we should be doing right now. Jep was very similar. And obviously she's a mare too. So yeah, here's all the the canter work. We just did a counter canter. I didn't quite reach B, so a bit of an accuracy issue. She tripped into that walkthrough, which was unfortunate, but that walk to canter was really nice, but the walkthrough didn't score very well, obviously, because she kind of fell into it. She actually tripped, but obviously when you're watching it, it looks as though it was just abrupt and she just fell into it. But super happy with her. Being the hardest elementary test, and she just flew through it like she's been doing it for years. Obviously still a very green test, but this was more than I could have hoped for her first go at the 3C. I did not expect it to be as clean and as fluent as it was. Again, not very accurate. I don't know why. I think I just kind of, I was supposed to go right over to B, but I think I was just playing it safe and I was a bit concerned. I don't know why she had such a solid counter canter, so I don't know why I did that, but that's my error. Here we have another walk through. That one she didn't fall into, but she just kind of hollowed through the back a bit. But the walk to canter was really good. Her walk to canters in this test were great. The 2 walk throughs were messy, but again, first time doing this test, they're still fairly new to her. Back to trot, up the centre line. Oh, again, I was like, wow, did we really just do that for our first 3C? And much to my surprise, when I got out, we came second with 64% and a 65 from one judge. I am terrible. It is actually the next day, but my last test was at 10 to 4. So it was a late drive back. We didn't get back here until close to 7 o'clock. So I was exhausted. I'm just feeding Bambi in her stable at the moment and changing her rug. But I just wanted to talk a bit about our time. Also, don't mind the hoodie. I have never been happier with Bambi and her performance. How well she managed herself in every single way. Even though she didn't walk away with a blue ribbon or place top, 2 or 3 in both tests, I can easily say that this was my most successful competition on her, which, some of you might find strange because we didn't walk away with 2 blue ribbons or a blue ribbon at all. But I have never felt her so with me in every single way possible, so relaxed, so adjustable on my age. I just think everything's starting to really fall together with her, and it's only up from here, I hope. And I hope this is something that continues and it wasn't just a one-off at this competition, because it was amazing. And I loved the feeling I had walking out of both those tests. I've never been so happy with 2 tests ever in my life. Look at her coat. Wow. Look at that. You gonna keep eating? And it just felt really nice that with the 3C, we've never done it before, and it definitely obviously needed cleaning, but there was no mistakes, which was really nice. Just had a little bit of moment where she got a bit confused, but she held herself together really well. Bambi's a horse that she used to, if she got confused, she'd just get a bit overwhelmed, and it would result in occasionally her going up. Yeah, to not have any mistakes, just like a couple moments where it just needed cleaning, or yeah, it was really, really nice feeling. I'm so proud of her. And it just makes me even more eager to get out to the next competition. But yeah, I'm so happy, and I will see you guys next time when I choose to put out another video. All right, bye.